Lancia review! Yo, what's up everybody? Today, you joined me down at Mantis Cars and they've given me the keys to this. A hero car to many. Lancia Delta Intergrale Evo 2. You join me now in the Lancia. I was hoping to do a whole introductory piece in Mantis, but the wind at the minute is so wild. I've decided I'm going to take it for a little drive and get used to it because they've given me the car for a couple of hours. I'm going to take it, get used to it for a little bit, take it probably back to my garage, even though it's really messy at the minute, and do a little walk around and stuff in there, just out of the wind. But for now, I'm going to give myself a little while to go get used to the car, and I'll catch you guys shortly. About 3 minutes into the drive, and I wanted to give you my initial first impressions on this car. There has been huge amounts of plaudits and reviews and real history lessons done on these, and I didn't want my one to be that. I wanted me just to be a car guy getting to drive a very, very special car. Kind of give you my reactions, my thoughts. My first initial reactions is the pedals are slightly off-centered to the right, and they've got this huge carbon footstool on the left here, which is, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's uncomfortable. It's actually all right. Oh my god, I got to stop banging my elbow. I'm pretty sure I broke my elbow. It's not uncomfortable at all, but it's just a weird, like, leg position for where I'm sat. I love what the seating position and the steering wheel angle and stuff. The gearbox feels, for an old car, I think this is an M-Reg, which is what, 94? So I think for it's an old car, 25-year-old car now, the gearbox feels fantastic. I love how high up the shifter is. I also love the round gear knob, it just feels awesome. Something I am in love with already is this dashboard. All these dials are like the most old school fighter jet sort of style that I can imagine. How boxy it all is, the bright yellow, obviously with the yellow paint. Now, I don't know whether even the non-yellow ones of these had the yellow dials, but I am a big fan of this one. The weird thing is the rev gauge is like 0 is at where 3 would be on a clock face. So that's a bit bizarre because it's going like clockwise round from 3. But yeah, initial impressions is I love it. These Recaro seats are absolutely beautiful, as you'd expect from a company like Recaro. They are sensational, and when you think how old this car is and what sort of condition this thing is in, wow, this is impressive. I really like this. Now, the Evo 2s were one of the final models from what I understand. I'm going off of very basic stuff here that I don't really know that much of. I wanted to come in here much more knowledgeable. Been hard to get a time where we both were free. Mantis have been amazing to me, allowing me to kind of be a bit loose with my times. So the fact that they held on to this for me to be able to do a video is incredible. I really want to find somewhere quiet where we can have a real look around this car, look over the design of it, look over like how well it's aged, and just as a car guy looking at an old historic car that has so much history rooted in rally, I just think it's such an amazing thing to be able to do. I feel very lucky. And once again, thank you Mantis Cars. If you can go like their Instagram, give them a little follow on Instagram, like their Facebook page, stay up to date with their stock. They get some incredible cars coming in, which hopefully I'll be driving, which is sick. Quick spec rundown from what I do know. 2-litre turbo, 4-cylinder, 4-wheel drive. It's got one of the coolest old school boost gauges I've ever seen in my life ingrained into the dashboard. I absolutely love it. I have to say, I think this dashboard is one of my favourite things that I've picked up in the first few minutes in here. We've got Recaro seats, Momo steering wheel, big wide arches, as obviously this is spawned from the rally cars, but there are world rally champions and they can never have that taken away from them. Oh, I really like the seating position. The gearbox feels fantastic. It's a normal, you know, position gearbox, not a dog box or anything like that. Unlike the E30 M3 I drove, which I also fell completely in love with. One of my favourite things is which is now retro styling of the car. The big boxy look is fantastic, and it's throughout the whole cabin. I absolutely adore it, which hopefully you guys will be seeing now on an overlay. Vision in here is superb, which is obviously, when you're rallying, a huge thing to be able to see where you're going. I definitely wish I could see where I was going. This rain is not helpful at all. Don't get it dirty. Don't get the rally car dirty. It's not my car. I have to behave. I'm getting a little bit used to it now, and the power, the way the power delivers is fantastic. fantastic having four-wheel drive and a turbo 4-pot. Obviously a fantastic formula anyway from what we've seen from more modern cars, but being able to experience one of the original cars that really brought it to the forefront has obviously gained a very special place in many people's hearts. To be able to experience it firsthand is just like incredible. The way the power derives, I want to show you shortly once we get to it. We've got a car in front of us, but when boost comes on, it really does pick up. For a car with not a huge amount of power, I think it's got about 215 brake horsepower, 210, 215 brake horsepower. So it's not a super fast car by modern day standards, but think, this is 25 years old. Incredible. Just let this lorry go past, and then we're going to give it some. Right, second gear, foot flat. I didn't take it to the reds because we started picking up some speed and I didn't want to go through the back of this Hyundai. These are old, man, and Lancias weren't known for their reliability on the road or their rust prevention or any sort of stuff like that, so I'm going to be very careful with this thing, as I keep saying. But well, I haven't stopped smiling. I don't know whether it's just because it's bright yellow and looks amazing and feels amazing. Got the big, I think they're 4-pot brakes on the front. I didn't really look, so these got some nice right wheels on. Let's see how this thing flies. So good though. Doesn't feel fast. I'm not gonna stand here and say it's one of the fastest cars I've driven, but I think I could go around the corner very fast in this thing. I'm only really hitting 5,000 reps. I'm not even at the top half, at the top end of it, because it's got 9,000 on the dial here. This is fun. This is an awesome bit of kit, man. Wow. And do you know what? It makes me feel special. Driving it, it makes me feel special, like that E30 M3. I've driven a lot of lovely cars. We're very fortunate to drive some absolutely stunning cars. Oh, it smells like I've used it. I hope she's not fire like that. Maybe the worst day of my life. See, one thing about doing these videos, they're not my cars to mess up. I really like this car. Oh, yeah. The suspension is not soft. I would not buy one of these if you were wanting like a luxury car, but as a weekend hooner, please don't buy them and store them. Please hoon it, says the guy storing one of his cars. Oh my goodness me, this is so good. This is so much. I'm sorry guys, I'm just smiling so much, but I think that kind of shows what this car has done to me. Right, so I've been driving it around a little while now, and I feel like we should give my impressions before we get out and have a proper look around it, because we're almost back at my garage. I absolutely adore this gearbox, and the clutch is fantastic. This isn't one of these unbearably heavy clutches where you have to pretend that you want a super heavy clutch so you just feel like I've got stage 4. This is a nice car to drive, just pottering around. It's a nice car to drive. Yes, the suspension is a bit hard, but would you expect anything other than that for a car like this? The seating position is perfect. These Recaros are stunningly comfortable. I do not feel like I'm in a 25-year-old car when it comes to that sort of stuff. Oh, the handling is so good. Oh my god, this is freaking amazing. What I would do to be able to take one of these and actually beat on it, because at the minute I'm not beating on this, and I'm not going to, and I'm sorry out there if you want me to, but this isn't my car. This car is up for sale and it does have people interested in buying it, so I'm not going to be really abusing it like I understand people like to see on YouTube, but I just have to have some respect towards the car and obviously the company that have lent me it for the day. What a car. Wow. Wow. Now I'm going to be straight up. When I did that E30 M3, I'd actually driven it one time before with Katie, who introduced me to Mantis, and we kind of had a talk about which one we preferred. Now on the surface of things, I'm a BMW guy, so it was like a dream to drive the E30 M3. But after now spending about 45 minutes with this behind the wheel, just driving it around, I think I'd have this. This is so good. I cannot believe how well this thing handles. This is unbelievable. I mean that. I mean unbelievable. Wow. I don't want to go to the garage and do a walk around. I want to find more back lanes and batter it. I'm not going to, but just so you know, I want to. I just love how this thing turns in. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever felt anything like it. That is incredible. The amount of control you have of the car going into the corner, round the corner, adjustments you need to make. Oh my god, this is so good. I don't want to oversell it because I feel like right now I'm overselling it, but I'm just giving you my instant thoughts on how the car drives. Oh my god, I think I'm in love. I think I might be in love. I think this car might be one of my favourite cars I've ever driven in my life. How am I going to get 60 grand together for one of these things I'm never going to use? If you are rich, if you have money, please buy one of these and just forget you own it and give it to me. That would be so good. Wow, 56,000 out. The postman even loves it, look at that. Giving us a thumbs up. Oh mate, this car has put the biggest smile on my face I've had in ages. Right, we're gonna go to the house, to the garage now, have a proper little look around it. Hopefully it won't be too noisy in there. We'll hoon down this. We'll give it a little beasting down this road too. Actually, I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. I'm so glad that I drive so far out from Mantis to do these, because this is just the best. I want one! Mate, if I had one of these cars, I'd like to think I wouldn't keep it tucked away, but I do have a Honda Civic that I've tucked away, and it's making me rethink everything. We'll have to have a think, man. We made it! We made it to my garage, and I'm so glad we did, because we've got so much better noise in here compared to everywhere else. There's going to be a few squeaks and rattles. I think we're in the middle of a hurricane at the minute, I'm just saying, so just bear with me on that. I wanted to bring you in here with me and this beautiful Lancia, so we can have a real look at the styling, because I could go out hooning it all day and obviously it would be amazing for me. I don't think it'd be fair to the car not to actually have a look around it. So I just wanted to get both cars in my unit as well with the colours, because like, look how cool that is. Oh dear, that's so sick. Anyway, we're not talking about that today. If you want to know anything about this though, there is a playlist linked right in the top corner in a card right now, so that'd be rad if you check that out. Anyway, back to the Lancia. So this Lancia obviously is 1994, but I really feel like them late 80s, early 90s boxy shaped cars were fantastic. So with this car, I feel like it's such a mean looking car. You've got the huge extended arches, which is so aggressive. And not only that, because it then brings the wheel track out a little more, it makes you even more stable on the road. The HF badge on the front here originates from Hi-Fi, but from 1963, it was the HF racing team that was unofficially backed by Lancia, which I love that. It's like top secret association of amateur rally drivers that was backed by a team. Then it became officially part of the company in 1965. So that's amazing, and I love that they keep that badge on the cars itself. Another thing I wanted to look at is these chunky square mirrors. I love these. It's got the Mantis cars stickers on the side of it. I'm not going to open the doors right now because it's got an alarm on it that goes off constantly, so we'll open that all up in a second. But from the back here, it's that wedgy, boxy Italian design. Even the light, super square, super boxy. Even the exhaust is overly rectangle, so a curved rectangle. So it's got the Speedline aftermarket wheels in it. They look fantastic. The spoiler, which is at the moment bolt upright, but I do believe it's completely adjustable, so that's really, really cool as well. But I love how it looks up. Sure, it does nothing for aerodynamics, but I do love how it looks up. And like I was saying, you can use this car. I mean, it's a little bit rough ride, but I would happily drive that around Just don't know what the reliability of these things is like nowadays. One thing I love is the yellow to blue, the badge, the yellow and blue Intergrale badge. That's beautiful. And we also have obviously the honourable mention that this car is a World Rally Champion, which is obviously where this thing all stems from, all of its history, and oh, I just adore it. I want to show you inside of here, in the cockpit, in where I've been sat for the last odd hour, just enjoying everything that this car offers. So here we have what I was talking about with the dials, and I love the retro look. And this is what I mean by the rev counter. It's not flat at 0 at the moment, but we'll ignore that. But it starts up around there, and then it goes all the way up like that. So it comes around in a slightly weird way. Let's just get that in the camera now. And then we've got the boost gauge up here. That's the one I was telling you about. I love it. I love that there. I think we were peaking at about 1 bar when I was driving it. It looked like 0.8, but I think we were getting up to about 1 bar. Then we have the Momo steering wheel just here, and it's a beautiful wheel to hold. It's the perfect fit in your hand. You've got the little thumb imprint there for if you're going to be doing some spirited driving, so your hand shouldn't slip off the wheel. Obviously you've got that on both sides. There we go, Momo course. Beautiful, and the beautiful brushed finish across the wheel, finished with the leather surround. And then we've got the yellow dials on the dash too, giving you your oil pressure and temperature. Push start. I don't know if that was aftermarket or not, but then we get to see all around here, all of the square. How I was saying, it was all square in here, even the glove box square. This, like little bench thing, squared off. I love it. Oh, I don't love this alarm though. My God, it's so annoying. As we come down through the centre section, all more square. This one's actually had a slightly upgraded sound system. Fitted to the car to make it a little bit more modern. And then we have all of the square, once again, square dials. And the beautiful old temperature gauges and how you point it to where you want it to be. All of this stuff is so simple. We've got aircon and the other air buttons all just down here. Now, the shifter. Ball on a stick. It's a nice long shaft. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, it's so mature. And then we have the old school gator. Now, we don't get these on cars very often anymore, if at all. Maybe in the new Jimny, I'm not sure. But these were back in the day. They're bringing back some memories of the 86s and stuff I've been in. Carbon surround on there too, with the window buttons just up here for the front. And the dip beam also there. I hope you'll bear with me while I do this all in the car like this, purely because I don't want the alarm constantly going off and draining the battery. But next to me just here, you'll see these stunning Recaro Speeds. I believe they are the Speed model. They look very, very, very similar to what comes in the EK9 and DC2s, which were the Hondas. They are imprinted up the top here with the HF logo, which is beautiful because these seats are like a suede finish with that stamped in. Can we get that in there, the light? I think you can just about see it there, right? Look at that, absolutely stunning. And then as you come down through the suede, you've got this perforated suede here and the yellow stitching as well. It's absolutely beautiful. And I mean that, I'm not just saying that. This theme then continues on to the door cards. It's got these old school door handles, look at that. Look at that, that's so cool. I just absolutely adore it. And then in the back, again, we have that same design going throughout all the seats. The roof is very soft, which is such a weird thing to say. It's a really like foamy, padded roof. Let's have a look at all of these little dials up here as well, look. I'm not actually sure what that is. I should have asked, maybe it's a clock. Oh wow, it's just fantastic. Oh my God, absolutely fantastic. Shall we see if we can see how we pop the hood? Right, how do we do that, do you reckon? Oh, there we go, hood. Okay, so we've popped the hood inside of the car, and this is one of the magical things about these late 80s, early 90s cars, same as the M3. Just watch how the hood opens. I'm going to call it a hood in case this video reaches more than just people in my town. But yeah, the hood, the bonnet, look, just watch how this opens, ready? How cool is that? Oh man, that is amazing. Oh, look how sick this is. Yes, this car is unreal. Oh, now this is what I mean about some of these older cars, making you just feel so happy, so special. Look at it. Just look at it. It's so cool. Right, let's have a look at this engine, shall we? So in here we have the Lancia 2-litre turbo 16-valve engine. It's all looking fairly standard in there, to be honest, which is a fantastic thing for a collector maybe, or someone that we pray is going to be a hooner that buys this car. Yeah, it just looks beautiful to see one in such fantastic condition. Obviously the price does reflect that, but it is in a wonderful condition for the age of the vehicle. Absolutely gorgeous. But look at how the bonnet opens, mate, that's amazing. Got the original paneling under there too. I love it. I love it. I want one. I want one. I'm just so excited to even put it down because of how it opens, so let's do that now. Is that shut? It's not opening that side. I'm just double checking. I do not want this thing opening under my watch. There we go. Wow. What a fantastic, fantastic looking car. Wow. I genuinely adore it. Okay, so something else. Oh. Lancia review! So another thing I want to show you about this is something really, really nerdy, and I think for this I'll put it on the bonnet of my Nissan because I don't want to scratch the paint of this thing. So it's got a lot of books and paperwork as expected with a car like this. So you've got the original Lancia handbook and service manual. I'm just showing you this in case there's any Lancia nerds out there that want to see. But yeah, we've got all the original Delta books and booklets and stuff like that, and even the original book pack. So this sort of stuff is like super nerdy to me, but I really, really enjoy little bits and pieces like this. So you've got the Lancia book pack too. Lancia Delta and HF Intergrale Ultimate Edition book too. We've got just here. Probably I should have read this before I came down, but it shows you all of the history. If anybody is like seriously interested in learning about more of these, maybe you should go grab this book because this tells you about the whole history. It shows you the group tests, like these are all cutouts from magazines. It shows you the original Lancia Delta, which is just there, that rivals the old Escort and the old Honda Quintet, which I've never even heard of, so it must have been a terrible car. But yeah, so we've got that, and it talks you through the history of how they started and then how they tried to get into the rallying and how they started to kick ass at the rallying and then created this masterpiece that we have behind us just over here. And then we have another Lancia Delta book. Look, this is all specific to this car. If you buy this car, you get this stuff. But all of these old books, man, this is what I'd have grown up reading, man. And this is like what's the kickstart it all for me, and seeing all this sort of stuff. Look. More interior options you could have had. Oh God, I could spend hours going through all of this sort of stuff. And then we've got loads and loads of paperwork and history of the car too. So we're just gonna tuck away and put back in. I just really want to show you guys this stuff. Sorry, I get all excited when I get a car this amazing to go and look around. So I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Like I said, it isn't a review as such, I guess, but still special to me for sure. So in here, we even have like I said, a sound system that's all been upgraded. But we have a boot that's usable. You've got a spare wheel. Don't get those in modern cars, do you? +1 for the old schooler. I assume this is where you keep your jack and stuff. I don't want to open it all up. It's not, like I said, it's not my car and it's not mine to take apart. But I really, really hope you guys have enjoyed my little drive and look around this incredible car. It is a piece of history to us car guys for how incredible it performed in the World Rally Championships. It won World Rally Championships, and not only that, just, I look at it and it makes me feel special. It's one of those cars that I drive around and I don't feel like people look at you like with their nose turned up. They look at you and want to give you a thumbs up, and like, they just love it. And it's not just that, it makes you feel special when you get to drive one of these cars. Now, if you are in the market for one, you can buy this exact car from Mantis Cars. So I'll leave that link down below, but please don't waste that time. Make sure you're in the market for one and you want to buy one. They're a fantastic group of guys to deal with, and I highly recommend their services. I think it's such a beautiful car. If I was in the market for one, I would 100% have to get a yellow one. I think it looks amazing, and it's a piece of history, and I'm super, super honoured to have been able to spend the last few hours with this car. I think it's only fair that I now get this car back up to Mantis so they can give it a wipe down and then get it back in their showroom. But I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If there's anything else I think of, I'll update you on the journey back. But yeah, for now, it's a goodbye from me and this incredible Lancia. So, right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please make sure you subscribe. Check me out on Instagram @AdamIval. I post some hot pictures, and not really of me anyway, so it's all good. And yeah, wicked. Don't forget the 621 Drivers Club Facebook group. We're thriving at the moment, and there's a lot of good chat going on in there, and there's a doggo thread, so it's definitely worth checking that out. Right, from me guys, I'll see you later on. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, day, morning, wherever you're at. Have a fantastic one, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.